Hey YouTube, it's Stewart here from the Passive Income and Wisely YouTube channel. And if you're struggling to get out the lower tiers of merch by Amazon, or if you need some niche ideas for Redbubble or any other print-on-demand site, then check this video out. What I've got for you is 12 niche ideas spread across the year. So the great thing about this video is it doesn't matter when you are watching it throughout the year, there should always be a niche coming up soon for you to look at. So there's going to be 12 niches there for you to check out. I will also give you a bonus 13th niche at the end, so stick around to the end for that. And that's the one I think has got huge potential. So what are these 12 niches plus the one bonus? Well, sit back, relax, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Hey YouTube, so here we are loaded up on the computer, and for these niches I'm going to show you, hopefully they're not copyright protected, but please, before uploading to anything, check your copyrights first, very important. So let's get into it. Let's look at these top 12 with our bonus 13th at the end. This is what we're here for. So straight in at number 1. So this will be used for January. So there's a couple that you could do for January. There's New Year's Day, following in for New Year's Eve on the December, obviously. New Year's Day or New Year's resolutions. So this is a good one. Let's have a look at some of the BSRs. Now you're going to have to bear in mind with these BSRs that these won't have been bought for a long period of time, so they're going to be higher numbers. But let's have a look at some of the designs and some of the BSRs we've got here. So you got New Year, same hot mess, New Year, New Me, etc., etc. So for one of the ones I'm going to show you, I would put them. You're going to need to cross niche and sub niche because they are big niches. So cross niche, sub niche. So if you were doing New Year, you'd look at New Year resolutions for 2023. That would be a good way, or New Year's resolutions for specific to jobs, or for my husband. My husband's New Year's resolutions for 2023 are going to be going to the gym more, for argument's sake. So use them as a cross niche and sub niche. These are big niches, lots of money to be made, but we need to make sure that we are getting our designs found. So cross niche and sub niche. So that's number 1, New Year's. Number 2, Valentine's. Valentine's is huge. You've got to always remember to buy something for our loved ones, flowers, chocolates, etc. Valentine's is huge, so this will be for February. So again, if you're planning on looking for February, do it for next year, do it as 2023 Valentine's, get it to stand out a bit. Cross niche, sub niche. But some great designs out there for Valentine's. It's a huge market. Brings us up onto number 3, and that's St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day being in March. Again, massive potential to earn a lot of money on this niche, but we just got to find ways of cross niche and sub niching down. So instead of just saying Happy St. Patrick's Day, you've got here Ben drinking, or you've got one based on paw prints for a dog. So this is a good example here of cross niching and sub niching. So you've still got it for St. Patrick's Day, but you've got a paw print. So that's a good way of doing things. Great example of cross niche and sub niche, and that's what we need to do. We need to get our designs found. But even now, this is based on St. Patrick's Day. It's still got a BSR of 770,000, so this is selling year round. You're going to get a massive influx of it near St. Patrick's Day, but if we can get this right, we can sell some of these designs year round. Brings us up onto number 4, and that is Easter. So Easter's typically in April. Obviously, that can change from year to year. Sometimes it might fall in March, but I've based it on this occasion being in April. So again, massive market, massive potential to make money, but just cross niche and sub niche it down. Try and find stuff, instead of just saying Happy Easter, do it as Easter egg hunt, or I don't know, something based around the bunny rabbits or something like that. But make sure you're cross niching and sub niching down. But it is a fantastic way of making money. People love Easter. It's a happy time of year. The sun starts to come out, weather's starting to get good. But even then, here, still the BSR for this one, 1,424. You got Silly Rabbit, Easter is for Jesus. So it's just something, just trying to make your design stand out. So number 5, and this will be for May, we have got Mother's Day. Very important for all us out there. Unfortunately, my mom's no longer with us, but for those you are, you're very lucky. Make sure you treat them and respect them because they deserve it. But yeah, Mother's Day. So again, for something like Mother's Day, I'd be looking for 2023 within the date. So Mother's Day 2023. Straight away, you're going to filter yours down by putting it into a specific year. Okay, it might not sell in 2024, but the idea, let's try and get some sales now. Let's try and get ourselves, if you're watching this coming towards Mother's Day, let's try and get ourselves out of tier 10 now as quickly as we can. So yeah, some good BSR still anyway, and if you pick the right design, you can just be showing your love for your mom any time of the year. So that's a good one. Which follows up very quickly with Father's Day, exactly the same principle. I'd be looking at putting Father's Day 2023, perhaps putting it towards what Dad does for a living. Maybe Dad likes going in the garage, working with the tools, etc., etc. So try and do things like that there. This is a big one which sells year round as well. It's not a dad bod, it's a father figure. So the BSR for that is still on 781,000. So again, if we can get it right, we can hopefully sell year round. I really like that with the way that they've done the colours behind the text. I think that's really smart. Colours like that seem to sell really well as well. The blue, the white, the yellowish and the reddish orange. Good colours. Very, very popular colours on merch. Brings us up onto the next one, which is Independence Day. So 4th of July. Big niche as well. But of what I found with Independence Day for myself, I've got some political designs up there which don't necessarily reference Independence Day, but they're still selling because it's of the particular day it is. So, like I said, I've found an upsurge for me on my political designs which aren't specific to Independence Day and do sell year round, being picked up around the 4th of July. It has had a major boost for me, so hopefully you can get a bit of luck for me like that, or you can just go down the route of putting the 4th of July, etc., etc. But yeah, so try and look at this maybe two ways. Maybe you can get yourself an evergreen in a political design, but has a massive uptake for Independence Day. Brings us up on to number 8, which is back to school. Now it is currently August when I'm filming this, so back to school is massive. So you should, in theory, sort of see some very good BSRs for these. Yeah, you got some 159,000, for example, there, 287,000, 90,000. So this is peak purchasing time. So you've got obviously some very high BSRs. But back to school, you will find with these that they will get boosts around the year. So if you're lucky enough to get a design which isn't specific to a year and just a general back to school, like say for example Hello Third Grade, well that will get a boost in sales every single year around this time. So if you're lucky enough to find that, you will be on for earning a good amount of money. And that will bring us up on to September, and that's Labor Day. Again, this is going to start getting closer. So after people have finished their, excuse me, get rid of that antivirus. Once we've got rid of the back to school, we should see an uptake in labour. Even then, 687,000, so it's starting to grow. So this is another good one. Make some money on this, and again, you can put it Labour Day specific to 2023, 2024. Hopefully when you guys are watching this video still in 2030, hey, you can still put Labour Day 2030, but you get the idea. And then that brings us up on to Halloween for October. Again, Halloween is massive, huge, huge, huge thing Halloween is. So if we can get in early on this, this is going to be a good one. So that's a very clever. So this is a good way of cross-niching. Truck or treat. So instead of trick or treat, you got the plain words with truck or treat. But if you got somebody that drives a truck, or you're a truck driver yourself, your dad's a truck driver, etc., etc., you can have that. And the good thing about Halloween is you've got kids that like to do trick or treating, but you've also got big Halloween parties. So you've got two potential ways of selling. Obviously, if you're putting a design which is appropriate for adults partying, don't tick the youth box because you could get into trouble for that. So just be careful with that. But yeah, you've got two different ways of going at this, partying and also trick and treating. Brings us up on to November, and that's Thanksgiving. Again, huge, huge market. Lots to do with turkey and eating too much and being thankful, etc., etc. And say for something like this, I'm just here for the food. Well, that's appropriate for any time of year, but it's already on 325,570, so it's selling well. And you would imagine the closer that Thanksgiving gets, you should see this going up and up and up. Well, I say up and up and up, I meant down and down and down, as in sales going up, but the BSR going down and down and down. So if you can find these ones which are getting sales year round and they're in a boost, these are the best ones we can get. It is a lot of competition out there, so again, you're going to have to look at cross niche and sub niching. You haven't got a chance without it. Brings us up onto the last one, and it's probably quite obvious to December. It's Christmas. Christmas, again, huge market. Who doesn't love a Christmas jumper? Obviously be careful with stuff like this close to Christmas with your copyright protection. Don't be putting stuff to do with Home Alone or something like that. But Christmas is always good. Q4 always fantastic. People are wanting to buy products in Q4, which is great. And another good thing about Christmas is, this is looking at slightly different. People buy presents. That's what they do. Christmas, so many people buy presents. So you might not necessarily have a Christmas jumper kind of design, but you might just have a popular design. You might have a design about somebody that likes drinking bourbon, and somebody out there thinks, well, my husband likes bourbon drinking, so I'm going to buy him as a Christmas present. So hopefully you will see a boost in all of your designs, not just your Christmas ones. So that's your 12. Now, I did promise you a bonus one, and my bonus one is retired. So what I would do with this one is, I perhaps say I was on tier 10. I'd be looking at retired, and I'd be thinking, right, I'm going to try and plan ahead. So I'm going to sacrifice one of my slots for retired in 2023. And I'm going to try to get to the party early. The earlier we can get there, hopefully the more chance we can get ranked on page 1. And I would put a design for retired specific for a job. So you'll see lots of t-shirts saying retired 2022, not my problem anymore, or retired 2022, I worked all my life for this t-shirt, which you could kind of use that to an extent. But if you put it specific to a job, like retired telephone engineer, not my problem anymore, retired 2023 English teacher 2023, not my problem anymore, etc, etc. I would take the retired 2023, niche it further down, and then find a specific job that perhaps there isn't that much competition in. But the good thing as well with something like this is you can massively upscale it. So if you have got the spare slots, you can just take the one principle of retired 2023 and let's say not my problem anymore, but you can change just the job. Retired 2023 teacher, retired 2023 nurse, retired 2023 telephone engineer, etc, etc. You can take these designs and massively upscale them. So I would sacrifice one of my slots and future plan to get something like this in. If you're watching this in 2023, I'd perhaps look at doing it for 2024, depending on how far into the year. So that's it. That's my 12 plus my 1 bonus. Hopefully you found this of interest. Hopefully it gives you inspiration to make some money. If you could subscribe, I'd appreciate it. If not, I shall see you in the next one. Bye bye.